What is going on, family? Welcome back to DXP Crypto. Hope you're doing well. If you're new to the channel, smash a like. If you're returning, follow the channel, subscribe. You will find plenty of crazy opportunities in our channel because we're very honest and straightforward with our viewers and our community. I look and research projects 24/7 and I talk about them on this channel. And if you want to join our VIP group, of course, just for $9 a month to help the channel, links are in the description. I want to start talking about the first subject here is, so in this video, I'm going to give you a level to watch for Bitcoin, okay, in which any noise surrounding Bitcoin is unnecessary for you to consume unless we flip that level. Number two, we want to start with SUI because SUI, World Liberty Finance, plenty of updates on the SUI base camp. That's all coming up. And then, of course, we'll look at the major data, the non-farm payroll data coming on Friday, of course. And then I will talk about crypto gaming because there's some crazy things happening in the most undervalued of all niches. If that sounds interesting to you, please give me a like. It's absolutely free. And follow the channels. A lot of you come here and if you can't give someone a like or a follow that you listen to, then I wonder what you would do in the real world, man. Be nice. It's free. Smash a like. Anyway, let me start with this thing here because this is quite relevant, okay? World Liberty Finance has partnered, of course, and it's integrated with SUI assets. Now, they talked about shared vision, of course, and you've got Donald Trump Jr. here in Dubai, token 2049, who is going to be, of course, speaking about Bitcoin and, of course, SUI and other things. So now the Trumps are on board. SUI also announced that Walrus has now officially is the power behind Pudgy Penguins. In addition to that, yesterday we talked about Pokemon. So this chain here, which I've been watching since like $400 million, is now going to be what I said it was going to be. SUI is going to flip at some point many large cap cryptocurrencies. And again, I don't need you to ape into this one. I mean, I've done a generational buy on this one at 72 on average, but you don't really need to. I mean, I've put buy alerts out at 180, you know. It doesn't even matter. Right now, the market cap is such, right? It's $11 billion, so do not ape into this. Everybody knows in the VIP group and also on this channel where the real opportunity of these cryptocurrencies are. And I do believe genuinely that is in the ecosystem. Yesterday, I posted the top projects that are undervalued on the SUI blockchain, okay? So SUI is going somewhere. This base camp is really, I mean, it's going to kick off first to the second in Dubai. And there are just good things after good things after good things happening for this blockchain. And in my opinion, it is the generational one of our time because of the simplicity, the lack of, seed phrases, the onboarding. They're doing everything they can to be the Apple, right? Silicon Valley's Apple of the blockchain, all right? So I will continue to report on SUI. And of course, again, let's go back to this story here. So secret deals, foreign investment, president policy changes, the rise of Trump's crypto firm, World Liberty Financial, okay? And of course, this is kind of like the link between the private enterprise and the government policy. So if you were in any doubt that World Liberty Financial or the Trumps went here to pump crypto, then you need to watch this, and you need to watch the situation around this whole thing, because I think many people are not bullish enough in this asset class because of the performance of the tariffs and what's happened. But this is a space where, again, secret deals, foreign investments, and presidential policy changes, the rise of Trump's crypto firm. And I think many people will rise with that. Okay. So basically, it kind of goes into, this is a article from the Wall Street Journal. Okay. So a lot of, pitch from Z-Money arrived from the encrypted messaging app Signal just days before Trump got inaugurated. And of course, this is Zachary Volman, an entrepreneur who ran a company called Date Hotter Girls, was now representing World Liberty Financial. So it kind of like, it really does give you an understanding of behind the scenes. But there's a lot of like these Cayman startups, and they considered the deal with unethical, concluding that World Liberty Financial was essentially selling an endorsement and hiding its arrangement from the public. Again, this is reaping more than $550 million in sale, large cut to earmark the presidential. So look, at the end of the day, this really identifies where crypto could go and the dodgy dealings behind the scenes, right? And again, I'm looking at this as a degen, right? So if you look at this, he filled, they said, and I love when they say stuff like this. So he filled his administration with sympathizers to the crypto cause, right? Very bullish for me, including by appointing former advisor to the industry players and the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Of course, we now have done with Gary Gensler and put a crypto-friendly guy in addition. Justice Department recently disbanded Crypto Crimes Task Force. Disbanded, a very key word. And many of you are not bullish enough. Continuing with a broader unwinding of the Biden-era scrutiny of the industry. Get rid of it, I would say. At times, examination of World Liberty Financial's rapid ascent from fledgling startup to international force and Mr. Trump's conversion rather, from crypto skeptic to the industry cheerleader highlights a range of conflicts of interest trailing the company. Go on, World Liberty Finance. I would say World Liberty has directly benefited from Mr. Trump's official actions, and such the announcements of the federal crypto stockpile that has included digital currency firms which invested in it. The president's announcements caused a temporary jump in the value of World Liberty Financial holdings, and of course, it has sold its cryptocurrencies to investors abroad, including Israel, Hong Kong, and according to interviews, data obtained by the Times established a new avenue for foreign businesses to try and carry favor with Mr. Trump. Now, all of this stuff, of course, and again, proposed swapping cryptocurrencies with at least 5 startups, and it goes on and on and on. Now, here's the thing. Crypto is, under this administration, it has faced difficulties, of course, because of the tariffs. But could we get enough out of this? Because it's very clear, the law, there's a lot of things that you can and there's a lot of things you can't do, right? But what degens care about is how much of this can come, right? Like whether it's a legal side of things, whether it's pressure from Congress, I don't know. But how long can they continue to do this, until we kind of top this cycle and many of us can actually ride this wave? Because I believe these guys are good for us, despite the dodgy dealings that's happening. And of course, with anything in life, there's 2 sides, right? People hated Gary Gensler. Now that the shackles are off, people are questioning why this is happening. But it's very obvious, if Trump, over the years, he did not believe in crypto. But, I can even go as far as saying during his campaign last summer, he raised less than Harris. But essentially, at the Bitcoin conference, when he came to this industry, there was an explosion of unbelievable support from the crypto industry. And I do believe he's here to pump the bags. How he does that in the next 12 months remains to be seen. But overall, there's eyes and scrutiny developing around World Liberty Financial. Having said that, because these guys are, of course, in charge, this may continue to be a developing story. But keep that in mind. Could a bear market be caused by, I don't know, something to do with this? Nobody knows that. Or could it be USDT? Whatever happens in crypto, I've always said short-term bearish for us, what these guys are doing. Again, this is a highly manipulative market where lots of sharks just destroy the average person. And of course, this is why we've been in fear for so long. But you can see now we're starting to edge into greed. Okay, so watch that. That's a developing story in itself. And now I'd like to talk about the crypto gaming. Of course, let's talk about crypto gaming for a minute, and I will give you some projects. But before that, the massive news yesterday that I shared with the VIP was that TV hit Peaky Blinders is now officially launching a crypto game, and FIFA Rivals is going to Polkadot. On top of that, Pokemon is SUI. GTA 6 is launching. What does that tell you? That tells you the most undervalued niche narrative, whatever you want to call it, in the entirety of crypto is gaming, right? Gaming is where no eyes or no ears or no attention's at. That's where you need to go and kind of place some bets. Now, the community, obviously, I've already done the work. They know my place, and I've described everything. I mean, I think I've given 20 gaming projects in the VIP group, and for good reasons as to why we need to look at those. Okay, so finally, guys, the United States non-farm payroll data is going to come out on Friday. That's why we are going to see a bit of volatility in the market. And yeah, look out for that economic data coming. So overall, guys, we are looking in a solid situation, but I would advise you to stay cautious, take profit where you can. And like I said to you, do not despair, because flip 96,000, right? And you've flipped a 618, and that is a bullish territory. To cut the noise, anything below 96,230, we are still facing a struggle. And you have to remember, guys, this has been a relatively strong resistance here. Okay, make no mistake about it. All right, this 95, 96 level is a tough level, because above that, we have a straight run towards $103,000, I believe. But if you strip all the noise down and what everyone is saying to you, had this falling wedge, we broke out of it. And of course, we've got a fair value gap around here. Plus, we've got 96,230. If you do flip that, you are looking to the upside. If this is continuing to be a rejection, then I think Bitcoin will struggle a little bit before ultimately pumping again. Of course, there's other indicators that you can look at, but this is the simplified version. I've identified a level in that black line there. Bump against that and you are going to find it tough. So selling may go away. Nobody knows, but I would say sell your profits from the last 2 weeks. At least take profits of 10 to 20%, put them to a side, let it dip back a little bit, and then put it into the market. You know, there is genuinely no need to be kind of in a hurry right now, because what you have is, you know, the 618 just below the point of control, and then you've obviously got this idea of selling in May and going away. But historically, you know, May's not been all that bad, although we are conditioned that May is a horrible month for crypto. It's not been horrible. Okay, May's generally good, except in a bear market. So if things are going to get rejected, if the new monthly candle comes in bearish or whatever, that's when it's going to look bad. And that's when perhaps selling in May go away will have more relevance. But May overall is not the worst month for crypto, like I said, unless there is extreme fear in the market, i.e. if it's a bear market, yeah. In addition to that, what tends to happen is when people sell in May and go away, okay, the picture is extremely weak during the summer, okay, and very bearish in September. Normally we get a big bottom, okay, and of course, and then we start the pump in October. But the Fed pivot, you know, will they pivot in May? Nobody knows. But one thing is for sure, I'm still in the market and I'm doing exactly what I'm telling you guys, which is if something pumps irrationally, I buy back a little bit and then of course I sell a little bit and then buy back some more at lower levels. But either way, I want to see a continuous pump for, you know, anything from 2 weeks to like a month to be out of this market, and we've not had that chance. Again, even in narratives, even in rotations, that's not consistently happened. So until I see that, I will stay in the market, but I am preparing and I am prepared, and I have been asking everyone in my VIP community, please take at least 20% off the table of any significant gains. Otherwise, stay allocated, stay hunting, stay, you know, DCAing into the market, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys.